So good afternoon. I'm Police Officer Kim Tavares, and we'd like to welcome you to the unveiling ceremony of the Boston Police Memorial Wall. We have 4 speakers here with us today, but first, please join me in a moment of silence to honor our brothers and sisters. Thank you. I'd like to welcome to the podium Boston Police Commissioner William Gross.
Thank you, Kim Possible. Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you so much for being here. This means a lot to our great families of our brothers and sisters, and definitely to the Boston Police Department. The first thank you goes to Almighty God, who's watching over our loved ones, our brothers and sisters, as they are with Him. They'll never be forgotten. Their spirit carries on and lives through us. Every time that we hear a joke, it reminds us of our loved ones. Even a dish, even a TV show, that's what keeps us going. Knowing that our loved ones will never, ever, ever be lost. They are here with us today, thus the creation of this memorial and this whole concept and design was Superintendent Dennis White. So let's give him a hand. And again, thank you to the families. I've spoken with many of you, and we've stayed true to our word. You're our families, and our brothers and sisters that have gone on before us, again, will never be forgotten, and we will never ever be separated. We'll always be with you. And again, today, this is just to showcase in our hearts what we mean about solidarity and family. Thank you to you, Mayor Walsh. In these times of anti-police sentiment, you don't find many mayors that support their police department. It's just not popular to do so. You support us because each and every day we go out, we do our jobs, we may not come back home. Each and every day, it puts more and more stress on our officers, and each and every day, we appreciate people like you and the true supporters in the community and true politicians that have our back and never point fingers at us. So we appreciate you. Thank you for being here for the families. It means a lot. Give a hand to Mayor Walsh. Thank you. This memorial here does not happen without the Boston Police Foundation. They have gone above and beyond. They have fully funded this project from beginning to completion. So, my big thank you list, my brother right here, Carl Jenkins. I know Nancy Reno's not with us, Adam Benoit. I don't see him. I know he's here somewhere. Retired Superintendent-in-Chief Daniel Linsky is also on the board. And of course, the committees and the board. Thank you to the Boston Police Foundation. You didn't forget us either. Thank you. Folks, September marks Suicide Awareness, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. This needs to be brought to the forefront. It doesn't need to be hidden anymore. It's okay to not be okay. September is when we, again, never ever fail to remember, but when we educate people about the thoughts, the depression, what it means to be in that state of mind where you commit suicide or you may think to. We're not hiding that anymore. We're bringing it to the forefront so that we can start a healing process, and that our brothers and sisters that have gone on before us will never, ever be forgotten, but will move forward, still doing their jobs and taking care of not only the police family, but the communities that we serve through awareness. So thank you to Assistant Director, the Massachusetts chapter, Michelle Lee, thank you for being here. And I'm going to close out my thank yous with the Boston Police Department family. All of our unions are here. BPPA President Calderon, Donald Casey, Detectives Benevolent Society, Jeannie Carroll, superior officers. Thank you all for being here. Whenever our brothers and sisters go through something as horrendous as this, our unions are right there, supporting the friends and the family, which lets us segue right into thank you to our peer support unit, led by Sergeant King and formerly Sergeant Mark Frary. What you do for our brothers and sisters and the families, you just go above and beyond, and it's appreciated. And last but not least, again, Superintendent Dennis White, Deputy Dayhill, our graphics department, Greg Mahoney, Mark Valancourt, and Kate O'Rourke, thank you. And for the company Sign Design that put everything together for us. Now for my remarks. I'm a 38-year veteran. I've been through many, many suicides. Before, no one wanted to talk about things. Everything was kind of hidden. You didn't want to talk about it. But guess what happens when you don't? You'll continue a pattern where no one's aware of the symptoms, no one's aware of the feelings that would cause you to take your own life. But every year from now on, we will make sure that our brothers and sisters will be that instrument of learning. These families here, my brothers and sisters, that you will know that your loved ones didn't die in sacrifice, but they still continue to work. And it lets everyone else know we're human too. We know it's a thankless job for most part. We know we have to come out here each and every day and do our jobs. But we want you to know we're human too, and it takes toll. Stress-related illness, suicide, no more. We know how tough our job is, but the sacrifices here are going to be a shining example how we can move forward. It's going to be a shining example of how we are not going to keep things hidden. We're going to talk about our feelings. We're going to share, help heal ourselves and our families. But today, again, is in recognition of that, and that you have our commitment, and I know I can speak for the mayor too, that each and every year we'll return here and honor our loved ones and hope that through their teachings and their sacrifices, we don't have to add to the wall. But the 13 represented here today will be remembered. And every one of you that are here today, thank you for your attendance. It means a lot. I'm eternally grateful. This is something that we've been talking about under our administration for the last 2 years, and I'm happy to see this come through to fruition. And again, thank you. Right now, I'd like to bring up our great mayor, Martin J. Walsh. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you very much, Commissioner, and thank you, Officer Tavares and Officer White. Thank you very much as well. Carl and the Foundation for your incredible support here of the Police Department. To the partners in the Suicide Awareness Foundation, thank you as well. To all of the officers that are here with us today, both past and present. We have some retirees here as well. Thank you as well for being here. To every member of the Boston Police Department who couldn't be with us today, I want to thank you as well for the incredible work you do. On behalf of the City of Boston, I want to recognize the families and loved ones of the officers that we're remembering today. And I know it's a heavy heart that you have here today, but I truly appreciate you being here with us. We thank you for supporting those officers through their careers and for the sacrifices all of you have made as well. We hold them and you in our prayers and in our hearts, and I want to say thank you. Scripture says, we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have called according to his purpose. Today and every day, we remember the officers who answer the call to serve their community and who carried the heavy hearts on this job throughout their entire career. We will never forget their service to our city, and we will always be forever grateful for that service. Scripture also tells us, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. For every single name on this wall, their spouses, parents, children, families, friends, and colleagues are mourning, and who carry the heavy hearts of their loss. I want you to know that your city will honor these men and women forever. Our city will stand with you and continue to stand with you, the survivors, forever. We will never stop working to give our men and women in uniform and the members of our community the support that they need and they deserve. We will always honor their memories by giving back to the communities they bravely served, by living with grace and compassion, and by sowing the seeds of peace and healing. I want to just thank everyone again for being here today. I want to thank the press as well for covering this event today. I appreciate it. Thank you to the Boston men and women of the Boston Police Department and all the partners for honoring our officers in this deeply meaningful way. May God bless you all.
So I'd like to bring back Police Commissioner Gross for the plaque presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. This is a commissioner's commendation to the Boston Police Foundation. Thank you, thank you, thank you for what you've done, for your continuous and unwavering support of the Boston Police Department, for always having our back and never forgetting our families, our friends, our supporters, and giving us the support that we need to take care of our communities. Today is special. The end of watch for our brothers and sisters is now recognized, and it's not a stigmatism, but it is an awareness, it is a light, and it is a beacon. It's because of you that this memoriam is possible. So, Mr. Jenkins, can you come on up so you can accept this commissioner's commendation, which I will read. In grateful appreciation of your continued and steadfast commitment to the men and women of the Boston Police Department, your unwavering support and hard work has made a tremendous difference in the safety and well-being of our members. The resources that you and generous donors have provided in support of officer wellness is critical. Today, as we honor those who have been lost to suicide, we thank you for your contribution and support of officer wellness and for the generosity that helped to establish a memorial wall in remembrance of their service. Sir, thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless. Thank you for your support.
I got to say, I didn't anticipate coming here and actually being honored for what we do. I think what we do is to honor all of you for what you and all the officers here and your families have done for the city, and Mr. Mayor as well. So this has taken me back a little bit, and I thank you. I do want to point out that this wall, and I can't tell you how proud we are to be involved in funding this honor. And I will say this: I don't think everybody really understands this, and I've got to thank the commissioner for this. This is actually the first in the nation. This is not something that departments around the country recognize on a regular basis. They don't. The commissioner, through his efforts and the leadership team, actually acknowledged, realized, and supported how important this is for the department and for those that have, and I'm going to say this, committed suicide in what we treat as in the line of duty. That's not something you hear in other departments, but I think it's absolutely true that that's how we treat it here. And the purpose of this wall really is to raise awareness. It's something the foundation does on a regular basis. We provide, you may not know this, but we provide funds for health and awareness initiatives for officers all through the department, and that includes mental health and physical health, which we believe is critical to maintain a healthy department. But the real purpose of this is to create a discussion, create awareness. So as the commissioner said, there's no more badges that are added to this wall. And I just want to thank all of you, and all of you, especially the family members here and the rest of the department. So, and thank you, Commissioner, for this terrific honor. And I want to thank the Boston Foundation, Boston Police Foundation, all of the board members, all of the supporters that are part of this. I'm speaking for them, but thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to welcome Michelle Lee from the Massachusetts American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Thank you all so much. I can't believe I have to follow these three supportive men and wonderful speakers. So I just want to thank you all for being here. As Kim said, I'm the Associate Area Director for the Massachusetts chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. On behalf of all of us at AFSP, we extend our sincere, heartfelt condolences to all the families who are here who have lost a loved one in the line of duty to suicide. We provide resources, programs, prevention education to those who need it, and we are so grateful that we partnered with the Boston Police Department and the Boston Police Foundation a few years ago and have continued that partnership. I actually saw the officer in the back with the badge and the band still on, supporting National Suicide Prevention Month. So thank you so much. We are so appreciative, and we are so grateful for this partnership, and we hope to continue to be a partner. This is near and dear to my heart. I also lost my dad to suicide, who was a police officer for 28 years. So this means so much, and I am so glad that I can be here. If you want any resources or materials or a chance to connect with me, I will be here, and I will break the rules if I'm allowed, and give any hugs if there are needed. So thank you all so much. We appreciate it, and we will always fight our mission to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. So thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. And now we'd like to welcome back Police Commissioner Gross and Carl Jenkins for the unveiling of the Boston Police Suicide Memorial.
1, 2, 3, go. It's already lit. As you can see, it was a lot of hard work that went into this, and the badges are illuminated, showing that our loved ones are a beacon of light, to education, awareness, and prevention, and that they will always be a light in our hearts, never ever be forgotten. We remember our Boston police officers who have died by suicide. Your life matters, and help is available. And you'll have the information for the Boston Police Peer Support Unit and the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. And also to reach out let us also be ambassadors of this beacon here. And when we're educated, to help educate others and keep that message going. All right. Also, I'd like to bring attention to the Boston Police Memorial for officers that have died in the line of duty. We want you to know this is one and one together. Never ever again will this be a stigmatism, but it will be an honor in the line of duty, as well as our officers that have gone before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice. We're one family. We're first in the nation, incorporated in 1854, and we should lead the way in showing how it's done. God bless all of our brothers and sisters across our great nation, specifically here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This is what we're going to try to start all over our land, and let people know we're not robots. We're human. We have feelings too. And this job takes a hell of a toll out of you, and it affects us in many different ways. But for our brothers and sisters, again, they'll never be forgotten. So again, thank you all for being here. You are an instrument of education right now because this hasn't been done before. So please know your self-worth by your very attendance here today, that you're going to make a heaven of a difference. So please give yourselves a hand. Thank you for being here. Anything else? That's it?
That's it. If they want to take pictures, they can take pictures with multimedia. So.
And we have photographers here, our great Greg Mahoney. If you want to take pictures here, please feel free to do so. And lastly, again, let's give the families a hand.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the memorial ceremony. If you want to take pictures, there are multimedia photographers around to do that for you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.